Hello everyone, this is Illuminating Dots. This is a summary of CBSE Class 10 Maths Chapter 2 Polynomials Exercise 2.3. So this exercise is mainly about division of polynomials. Now before starting, if you find this content useful and enjoy learning maths using my skills and logic interesting, then please subscribe to my channel and do leave a like. So let's begin. Now let's just go through the basics here. So we all know that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now this is the division algorithm we have been studying since standard 4th, and we also had this in the first chapter though. Now so in polynomials, the dividend is denoted as p of x and the divisor is denoted as g of x. The quotient is denoted the same as q of x, and the remainder is denoted as r of x. Now these are the usual denotions we use for denoting.
Yeah, so I know this does not look like X to you. I am sorry for that, and please bear with me for few more videos because it's my first time writing on the tablet and it's very hard for me. I'm sorry, and please bear with me.
The polynomials, now mostly and always every time these are only used. And yeah, this was it about the division of the polynomials. Now another important thing is that when we are given a polynomial, the powers of the polynomial should be in descending order and should be consecutive. So what I mean with that is, if a number has, so suppose if we have a polynomial p of x, which is 3x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 9. So this is a polynomial which we want, because here the powers are x cube, x square, x and nothing. So this is in decreasing order, and hence we need this one. Now for tricking us, and what NCERT and CBSE does is, it gives us numbers or polynomials such as 2x cube minus 3x plus 10. Now this is the kind of polynomial they give us because they want to trick us and we are tricked by them. So what we do here is that we write the numbers and we write the polynomial as plus 0x square minus 3x plus 10. Now why do we write 0x square? Because anything multiplied by 0 is 0, and henceforth this does not have any value of its own. Now if any polynomial comes of this type, we just add 0 and with x and the power which is missing between the numbers. So let's start. So just I'll explain how the division process goes, and nothing much I will do for the next part. So let's start with the exercise. So exercise 2.3. Now what we need is that we are given the p of x and g of x. We need to find the q of x and r of x. So we just do the first one here. Now first one, the p of x is perfect because it's in the descending order and it has consecutive powers. Now the g of x has a problem in here because it has x square minus 2. Now it is missing x. So what we will do here is, for g of x, it is x square minus 2. So we will write x square plus 0x minus 2. So this became our new g of x, and we will use this one instead of the original one. And p of x is given as x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3. So let's begin. Now let's just divide this thing. So it is x square plus 0x minus 2, the divisor. The dividend is x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3. So how we divide is, we first take the first numbers, so the first numbers of the dividend and the divisor. The first number in the dividend is x cube, and we divide it by the first number in the divisor, which is x square. So x cube divided by x square, it comes to x, because x square is cancelled and x is left. Now since we got x here, we will multiply the whole divisor by x. So why we do this? Because by doing this, we just make the first numbers of both the terms common, and by common I mean equal. And so since they are equal, when we subtract them, they get cancelled and we get 0 at their places. Now, and that's what we want. Now we multiply it by x, so the whole divisor is now multiplied by x. Now x square into x is x cube, plus 0x into x is plus 0x square. Now minus 2 into x is minus 2x. So here, since we are dividing, the whole lower slot will get the multiplied by the negative sign, so we write minus. We change the signs of all the numbers, minus and plus here. So when they are subtracted, we cancel them, because x cube minus x cube is 0. Now minus 3x square minus 0x square is minus 3x square, and plus 5x plus 2x is plus 7x minus 3. Now we again just divide the first terms, so minus 3x square by x square, we cancel them, so we get minus 3 left. Now we multiply the quotient by minus 3 here, so minus 3x square plus 0x plus 6. Now we change the signs, so plus, minus and minus, so this gets cancelled. Plus 7x minus 0x is 7x, and minus 3 minus 6 is minus 9. So this was it. We got the remainder and the quotient. We just write them here. So q of x is equals to what we got, r of x is equals to what we got, just the same, we copy them down. So this was it for finding the quotient and remainder. Now the second question is the same, it's just given as divide. We have to find that if the first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial. So for that, what we will do is just we divide the so the dividend becomes the second number and the divisor becomes the first number. We just divide them completely, and at last if we get 0, so we conclude that it is a factor, and if we do not get 0, we conclude that it is not a factor. That's it. I will not solve it because it's just the same. If you want me to solve it, then just comment below. I'll make sure to solve this very soon. So the third question, so the third one, another part, if a polynomial has, okay, so if a polynomial has 3 as its power, so it will have 3 zeros. Now if a polynomial has the power n, it will have n zeros. So since in the third question the polynomial is having a power of 4, so it will have 4 zeros. Now here 2 zeros are given, that is root 5 upon 3 and minus root 5 upon 3. So what we will do here is we will just equal them to x. So x is equals to root 5 upon 3, so we get x minus root 5 upon 3 equals 0, and we equal this also to 0, so minus root 5 upon 3. So therefore x plus root 5 upon 3 equals 0. Now we got these. Now what is left here is x minus root 5 upon 3 and x plus root 5 upon 3. So what we do is we multiply both of them. So x minus root 5 upon 3 multiplied by x plus root 5 upon 3. so we get x square minus root 5 upon 3 the whole square, so therefore we get x square minus 5 upon 3 because square of root is the number inside the root. So we got this. Now since it is in the fractional form, we will equal this to 0, and so what we get is equals to 0. So we just make the denominator equal, so we get 3x square minus 5 upon 3 equals 0, and therefore 3x square minus 5 equals 0. The 3 in the denominator went on the RHS and got multiplied with 0, and since it got 0, now this here we have to take this as the divisor, and the number which is present, which is given in the question as the dividend, we have to multiply those, and its answer will completely be 0 for sure. And if it's not coming to 0, then you have made a mistake. So the answer will be 0, and what you have to do then is what you get as the quotient, you have to factorize the quotient, and you will get 2 zeros from that quotient, and another 2 zeros are present with you, that is root 5 upon 3 and minus root 5 upon 3. So that 2 zeros and these 2 zeros, so we will get the complete of 4 zeros, and since the power of the polynomial given in the third question is 4, so we are correct, and the zeros will be found out in that way. I'm not solving this question because it is very simple and the tricky part was explained, so you can do that. Now fifth question, it is not usually asked in the exams but still worth explaining. They have given, we have to find polynomials in such a way that they satisfy the division algorithm, and also their degree of p of x is equal to degree of q of x. Now what they mean by this is that if a polynomial is p of x, that is the dividend, so it should, the power of the p of x should be equal to the greatest power of the q of x. So if the degree of p of x is 4, then the degree of q of x should also be 4. Now what we can do here is just write any p of x with degree 2. So p of x is equals to, for making it simpler, let's just take a polynomial such as 3x square minus 6x plus 9 equals, so this became the p of x, and since we require the q of x, the degree of q of x should also be equal to 2. So since the degree of p of x is 2, so what we will write is the g of x will be equal to 3. So since 3 is taken from this, so we are left with x square minus 2x plus 9. So we are left with this. Now the degree of q is also equals to 2, and plus the remainder comes to 0, so the remainder became 0, so couldn't help that. Now the ahead questions are also simple. Now for the third part, it is given degree of r of x should be equal to 0. So you can take any polynomial, any polynomial, and make sure that it is divisible completely by q of x and r of x. You can take this also, for instance, because it gets completely divided here in the g of x and q of x, so the remainder became 0, and hence its answer became 0. The degree of q of x should be equal to degree of r of x. So in the questions which we will do ahead, the questions given before the first, second and third, you will for sure find. Okay, so the fourth question is only, it has the quotient and remainder with the same degree, so your work became very easy. Now that's just logic part, you don't have to find something in the exam, so don't worry about this, it will just go easily. Now so this was it for the exercise. Now I couldn't solve the whole question because it would take a lot of time, and it took now also, so can't help it. But yeah, if you have any doubt other than what I solved, So you can comment below, or you can also mail me if you want. And yeah, that was it, and thanks for watching.